Hey everyone, Dan Dog Crypto. Once again, we're analyzing what's happening in the markets. But as I've been stating, a narrative has been put into effect. Certainly, what's been happening in the global markets, geopolitical, economic wars, certainly globally, the war and central banks and the tightening and money liquidity being pulled out of the system creates a downturn, call it a bear market. But when you analyze, you have to say what is actually happening. When you look at cryptocurrency, yes, it is the future. So during this downturn, money's being pulled out, reallocated, but you see something that they're starting to look very correlated. So that's telling something that the size of wallets or institutions, large position, is it dominated? Who is dominating the positions? These large whales, creating a correlation between cryptocurrencies where they're similar correlations. How important is that? That is very important because there's common occurrences as they're controlled or manipulated to follow a narrative. So when something is correlated, running similar, as we can see, there's a lot of similarities in the performance of the cryptocurrency. When the market is down, they're all down. And at some point, they may be a negative correlation, but overall, the large whale dominant structure is controlling the pricing of the cryptocurrency. That's how important it is to understand what this correlation of the market is, because it measures how the assets move in relationship to one another. Because when there is a correlation, there has to be a large position that are dominating and moving the market in that direction. There is market psychology as well that plays an important role, depending how a person is in a position, whether they're up, down, or taking profits. But a smaller retail person certainly cannot move a market where it becomes correlated. So we have the market impact, which also plays an important part, because whether it's financial markets or crypto markets, as the participant, a buy or a sell of an asset is moving the market, either it's going to move it in an upward or downward position. So the positive correlation also within cryptocurrency or the market itself, creating an impact of a lowering of price. Could it create buying opportunities? Yes, do your research and you find the cryptocurrency, or if you're in the stock market, you find companies that are well positioned into the future. But I believe cryptocurrency and the development, certainly there will be opportunities. But what this is telling me, there's more of a correlation. So that would represent the positions that are taken, which is very important, by large whale dominance that are moving a market in a certain direction based on the narrative or what is happening in the market. And certainly market psychology plays an important role because of fear. Well, when we take a look at Pzen, and what is really happening. So Pzen at the present time is 0.00223. But in theory, I believe that Pzen is negatively correlated to what is happening because it's not large whale dominant structure. Pzen is a non-large whale dominant ecosystem. So giving a common or smaller person an opportunity to position themselves in this non-correlated asset. So a negative correlation means it'll move in opposite of the market. The psychology of the market has moved where people have taken and chosen to take profits. But remember, Pzen is early because in the journey of Pzen, we're only 3 months into Pzen. But the dominant position is not controlled by any one dominant whale structure. So it gives you an opportunity to position yourself in Pzen and accumulate, taking a strong enough position. Very important because of the redistribution. As we can see, these redistribution, not massive selling by large whales that would put a pressure. Yes, there has been a minor selling of Pzen, but creating an opportunity. So the Pzen ecosystem, the 2,400 holders of Pzen in a non-correlated asset at this point, because it's not large whale dominant, giving you an opportunity to position yourself and receive the continuous compounding rewards from Pzen. Because it's very important on the ownership of a retail person, which is not dominated by large whales controlling the direction of the market. Pzen is an early opportunity, giving you a position, an opportunity to take a position and supporting the ecosystem and generating a yield. The Web3 socially engineered token, the code represents the law. It's an ERC20 token, which the code been created to create an economic economy, because this economy now receives a distribution. This distribution gets distributed now to all the holders. What the important part is knowing that the holders, and it's not a large whale dominant ecosystem, gives all the owners an opportunity to take a position. And when you take a position and receive a redistribution, that 2% is your yield, but it represents your ownership. But because it's not a large whale dominant, the holders of Pzen are Genesis wallets, but remember what happens. How much economic mass is needed now to move Pzen in a direction, because it's not dominated by large whales. So when you understand also Newton's law, mass and force, pushing something with force. The community now can all work together, certainly sharing the benefits of Pzen because it's owned cooperatively by all the members. But with Newton's law, how much force is now needed to move and direct Pzen, making it non-correlated? Because you don't need a massive whale. It can be an accumulation of multiple purchases, dollar cost average. When people understand how Pzen, economic economy, redistribution, pay it forward system works, it benefits all. The person who's receiving the benefit and the person taking the benefit. It's working cooperatively together. But the economy is deflationary. Very important. In this deflationary economy, where it's not dominated by large whales, so that force in Newton's law with mass and force, a non-whale dominated ecosystem will move in the direction because it's not controlled by large whales. There's been a normal redistribution that any of the holders have benefited from. Pzen is an early opportunity. At this point, with the price entry taking a position or dollar cost averaging, giving you your yield or percentage of ownership. Pzen is the fuel in the economic economy, but Pzen is not correlated to what is happening in the cryptocurrency market because it's not controlled by large whale dominant structures. So if the community all works together, if they choose to do a pay it forward, supporting each one of the members, all of a sudden a direction of force will be moving upward because it doesn't take that much economic mass. Pzen was designed to launch on PulseChain. So it's an ERC20 token that now is on Ethereum. But the ultimate design was to create a redistribution economy on PulseChain, which the fees to purchase Pzen would be dramatically less, creating an economic force also for PulseChain for its burn function. So Pzen supports the PulseChain economy, but we're also waiting for this. But within an ERC20 token at this point, Pzen is not correlated to the market because it's not dominated by large whale. A common retail investor can take a position which is unaccredited and be able to, I believe, have an early opportunity. And the community, as it continually grows and shares the opportunity, and as more eyes start focusing on Pzen and the benefit and the interconnection with PulseChain and why other members should consider Pzen, because it gives someone an opportunity to transfer some of their earnings into Pzen and also reap a reward because it's not large whale dominant. What happens in all markets, you have your analysts that are predicting the benefit of a company. And all of a sudden, you have these analysts favorable, and positions start to be taken, directing a stock or directing a crypto in a certain direction. So equity gets positioned and moving it in that direction. If you get a non-buy or a sell rating, all of a sudden you start seeing a sell-off. All they're doing is retransferring their money or their position of ownership and putting it in somewhere else. And that's how they generate wealth. Pzen is an early opportunity where all the members can cooperatively work together. It does not take that much economic mass. Someone can create a pay it forward challenge, and all of a sudden, a minor investment distributed amongst all the holders, you have a favorable position, all supporting one another. What pay it forward redistribution wealth building economy is designed. It's for all to benefit. A fair redistribution system. Wealth is not scarce. It just needs a better redistribution system. And when everyone works together in a deflationary economy, as Pzen, 880 million, 2,400 holders, all supporting one another in this non-whale manipulated economy. Newton's law, the mass of force, can direct this and move it in the direction, creating an early opportunity. Taking a strong enough position is very important for your future self. Do your homework, analyze it, look into it. Conrad Zen, look into Conrad Zen, find him. You're more than welcome. His YouTube channel, Pzen, Conrad Zen, Bitcoin Foundation member. He's creating an opportunity for anyone who understands what Pzen is and the benefits it brings to your future self. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.